Hey guys, Ivan here with the Old School Labs, and before we start this video, I wanted to say happy birthday to Arnold Schwarzenegger, the living legend, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, and the man who made bodybuilding what it is today. If there wasn't for Arnold, maybe you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So, thank you Arnold for all you have done for bodybuilding, and happy birthday to you once again. Okay, now let's get into the video and let's get to this bodybuilding news and updates. And I have a question for you guys. Let's see how big of a bodybuilding fan are you? Do you recognize these glutes? I'm just joking, of course. Who would be able to recognize another man's glutes unless they are glutes of Ronnie Coleman, for example, or maybe Michael Lockett and some other guys who have really exceptionally developed glutes. It's weird talking about the glutes, but that's bodybuilding. That's normal. If you're a fan of bodybuilding, you don't find this weird at all. Or do you? I don't know how hardcore you are, but these are actually the glutes of Ian Valliere, and he is absolutely peeled out of his mind. Now, I wasn't expecting this. When I saw those progress updates from his coach Patrick Tour, I thought he might not be in a good shape, but apparently he is bringing it. He's actually bringing it, and you can see that his glutes are absolutely separated and dry as hell. Now, let me show you another photo. A story from his coach, once again Patrick Tour, who posted 5 days with daily 2 gallons of water and 10 to 12 grams of salt. I don't get this, honestly, guys. I mean, I thought I understood how depleting and carbing up works, but what the hell is this? 2 gallons of water a day and 12 grams of salt, and he looks like this. He looks dry. How is this even possible? So much water? What? I don't know. I mean, he's 2 days out. Shouldn't he be drinking less water? I mean, I heard he was drinking 2 gallons of water the day before the show, into the show. I heard that in a podcast with Fouad Abiad. So I don't know how this works. I mean, I will be competing soon. I have a show coming up in 8 to 9 weeks and another one like 4 weeks, but that's going to be like a test show, and I'm not going to do any kind of carbing up or anything like this, any kind of depletion or dehydration or whatever. I'm not going to risk it. I'm afraid to mess things up because, I don't know, it's risky. And these coaches, whatever they're doing, props to them. Props to them. I don't know what's the logic behind this. 5 gallons of water daily. Not 5, sorry. 5 days out, it's 2 gallons of water and 12 grams of salt. I don't know. But anyways, he looks amazing. He looks really dry and really full. And yeah, I would say that he's going to win it. But then I saw photos of Hunter Labrada, who just filled up really nicely. And he looks absolutely outstanding. Wow, just wow. This looks really impressive. He looks absolutely huge. He looks like he's much bigger and taller than he is in this photo. I don't know what's going on. He carved up obviously, and he dehydrated. Look at the veins all over his stomach and everywhere. Look at the fullness of those quads. They are almost connecting at the knees. He has super symmetrical quads. Look at the separation of those quads. It's perfectly symmetrical pretty much. Wow, just amazing. He has the quad sweeps. His waist looks pretty small, right? For a guy of this size. He has a really good V-taper, the arms are big, and he really carved up properly, or whatever the hell he did. He looks really full, really dry, really thick. I just hope something bad won't happen before the show. But if he shows up like this, I think he can beat Ian, actually. But then again, Ian is sort of an established bodybuilder. We know how he looks on stage. He says he added 12 pounds of stage weight over the past 1 year. He competed exactly 1 year ago, and the last time he was also dehydrated and depleted and everything, and he measured himself right now and he added 12 pounds. And he's bringing his best conditioning up to date. He says that too. So we do know how Ian looks on stage, but we do not know how Hunter is going to look. We saw him last year at Nationals. It didn't look very impressive, let's be honest. That kind of physique would not dominate any pro show. He would probably be dead last or something like that. But he added, I think, 25 pounds of muscle. So that's a huge gain. And he says that it's a different animal, that he's going to be completely different. And it's obvious. I mean, look at his photo. I mean, yeah, it's not a stage photo, but it's really obvious that he gained so much. And it's daily lighting, it's sunlight, so you can see everything. It's not like some kind of crazy artificial light that creates crazy shadow that you can't really see what's going on. But here you can see, obviously, and he's gonna be in that top 2, no doubt about that. Can he win the show, or can Ian win the show? It's really hard to tell. It's pretty much impossible to tell at this point. Based on what we saw, it can go either way. We'll see in a few days. Stay tuned, guys, because I'm gonna pay. You need to pay, actually, to watch this thing. You need to go to their site and you need to pay $45. It's a lot. Yeah, I know, it's a lot, but there is no audience. There are no tickets to sell, so they have to earn some kind of money. Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna be watching it, and I'm gonna make a video about it as soon as possible. So stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe, guys. We have some bad news. Samson Daoda is unfortunately not gonna make it. He's not gonna be competing because they didn't let him travel, because competing is not considered an essential travel. So no, he's not gonna be leaving UK. He's not gonna be coming to Tampa to compete, unfortunately. I had this guy in my top 4 in my prediction video, and I had him actually being 4th because I had Patrick Moore coming 3rd. But Patrick Moore is also not competing. As I said in my previous video, you guys know that Patrick is a top 10 Mr. Olympia finisher. He's an established top 10 finisher. He is the top 10 bodybuilder in the world, pretty much. Ian Valier and Hunter Labrada may be better than him, but they never took that 10th place in the Mr. Olympia, so we don't know. Anyways, I saw some photos, some physique updates of Patrick, and in my last video I said that he's gonna be 3rd place, not 2nd or 1st. No way that he's gonna beat Ian or Hunter because of conditioning. He was prepping for a show that is further away from the Tampa Pro that was cancelled, Puerto Rico Pro, and so that's the reason why he's not in shape. And now he posted this back shot where you can actually see his glutes and hamstrings. And yeah, it's definitely a smart call, a good decision to not do the Tampa, because he would be annihilated by those 2 guys. They are in much better shape. Just compare these glutes to Ian's glutes. Or to Hunter's glutes. I mean, he's fat. He has fat glutes. It's not water, this is fat. He has a show upcoming, as he says, in 5-6 weeks. So he has enough time to get peeled. But it's actually questionable. I mean, he is really, soft from the back. So a good thing for him that he didn't do the Tampa Pro, because he would be destroyed. So I said Hunter and his glutes. Check this out. Hunter really seems to be bringing his best ever by far. He says he gained 25 pounds from his last show. And his last show, he wasn't really that conditioned. He was a little bit soft. Now, this is not soft by any means. Take a look at his glutes. It's in a ballpark of Ian. I think Ian is a bit sharper, just a tiny bit, but this is still sharp enough. And what Hunter has over Ian is completeness, the complete development. He's pretty much not lacking anything in any pose. All the poses of Hunter are good poses. Ian has some weak poses. Hunter does not. What Ian has, however, is muscle maturity and some really super dominant poses like side chest, most muscular, and side tricep. He claims, Ian does, that his back double bicep is going to be a good pose, or was it back lat spread? I'm not sure, one of those 2 poses. Both of them were bad poses for him. Neither was good last time he competed, so he says he improved on that. He says he improved his back quite a bit, which was his biggest weakness, but Hunter has a good back. So again, it's going to be muscle maturity against completeness. We'll see what happens in 2 days. Anyways, guys, you tell me, what do you think? Who's going to win it? And do you think Hunter has the potential to be the next Mr. Olympia champion? Because I can see some potential. He has pretty much everything. I mean, he just needs to grow a little bit more and let that muscle, stay there for a little while, let it mature. And, I mean, there is no reason for him not being the future Mr. Olympia, right? Enough about open bodybuilding. Let's talk about 212 a little bit. So the previous classic physique Mr. Olympia 3rd place finisher, George the Bull Peterson, who is making his debut in 212 division, and he looks absolutely outstanding. Come on, this Tampa Pro is going to be amazing, actually, for a few competitors who are really bringing their A game. Take a look at George. Wow, this guy can come really super peeled. And again, we're watching some really good bodybuilders glutes, and again, his back. Wow, I mean, this is one of the best backs ever. I mean, if you take a look at his back just without the head and without the rest of the body, and not standing next to the bigger bodybuilders, you would say this is like the best back ever. I mean, take a look at this. This looks like Joel Stubbs' back. I mean, it's that level. Yeah, Joe was much bigger, but just standing alone right here, wow, take a look at this. Maybe it's better. Maybe this is one of the best bags ever. The most complete, the thickest, the most shredded. Just wow, just insane. And he's 212 pounds. So in my opinion, he should go to open bodybuilding next year. Just try and grow. And he doesn't have to be like 250. You know, he can be 225 and still look absolutely amazing. I'll take a look at him in 212. I mean, this is a really big bodybuilder for 212 division. And he's not really that short. He's short, but not that short. In my opinion, he should go for open because that's the division and he has the potential for it. Wow, what a bodybuilder. Amazing. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Unfortunately, I didn't mention all the bodybuilders from the open, from the 212, from the classic physique or whatever, because I don't really know too many of them, and I wouldn't really have a lot to say. I mean, men's physique, I know Andrew Ferguson is competing. I know about him because he had that fist fight in the parking lot, but I don't really follow men's physique. I don't follow the other divisions as much as bodybuilding, 212, and classic, so I wouldn't really have much to say, unfortunately. Anyways, you guys tell me what do you think, what's gonna happen at this Tampa Pro. Do you think Hunter is gonna win or Ian? Whatever your take is, tell me down below in the comment section. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe for more bodybuilding videos like this. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.